Good evening, good afternoon. I don't know where you are from, but today I want to talk about Charlotte. Um, it's an anime I recently watched, but and it kind of got into my mind, so I just want to talk about it and nothing much too serious. And first of all, it's written by I guess Jun Maeda. I think his name is the same guy that wrote like Clonard, Canon, Air, those famous visual novels. I'm reading Air right now. Very good. I will make a video about that one later. But today's topic is Charlotte. First of all, I think Charlotte. I watched it way back when I was like 15, now 20, 20, 21, and I didn't give it much attention. There was this web friend of mine that watched it and he really liked Yu Otosaka. And I like watched like 5 episodes, didn't really got much into it. But recently, after discovering that it was made by Jun Maeda, the same guy that wrote all the things I talked about earlier, I got it piqued my interest, and I went to watch it. And what made me more interested in the anime is that it's an original, so it's not based off any previous work like a manga, a light novel, or things like that. Um, and first of all, I talk about a bunch of things, and this is gonna be like the first. How does that work? But okay, let's start. So I got into it, and like I watched it. Uh, the straight 13 episodes plus the OVA. I don't know how it's pronounced. OVA. I watched like everything in a single day because I really found it interesting. And what I have to say about it is like it's kind of it like impacted me. I found it to be really enjoyable. But things I want to talk about it is well, like the main character first, like Yu Otosaka. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't have a aptitude for um, how do I say this to pronounce Japanese words. I don't know. And first of all, like in the story, how he's introduced, I really kind of liked how he's introduced. Like he's being this guy that he uses his power for like to just to get an advantage over his peers. Um, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. End of the video. No, but what I wanted to talk about is if you watched it, you know like what happens, what not, and what like the thing that most impacted me was like the arc, like the arc. It's like 3 episodes, I guess, 2 episodes that happens is when he lost his sister. Like I really like when I first watched it back then, I really knew it. So, but I didn't develop the story. I now that I got to watch, I know like all the things that happened. All and the arc, the arc, I say arc again, like it's like a big thing, but it's just like 2 episodes, and I don't know why that's funny. That's just funny, and like the 2 episodes where he gets like very sad that he lost his sister, he lost like the meaning of like to do like did he ever have a meaning like of life, like a purpose to do something? I didn't got that before that. No, he lived to for his sister basically, and when he lost her, it goes like this downhill road. Well, And and the thing packed me like in the end when he goes to like use like I don't know if this like for some kind of drug, and Tomori like kicks the thing off, and she like reveals that she was there all of the time when he was sick, when he was lonely, just watching over him. And that's kind of what love is, wishing the good of another person. And she went all over her way from the school, like, um how can I say this? She did that on herself. Like nobody commanded her to do that. I know it's a character, but it's impactful to like to have that image, of someone doing that. It's good. It's go into your soul. So it really impacted me having that moment. She revealed that while he was like in that depression, she was there just watching him, and she made sure like he didn't go a path that he won't come back. Like when he take the thing to use, that the if you watch it, if you don't watch it, Charlotte, it's a great anime. And later the plot twist, I don't know, it's a plot twist, but it I really liked how they handled this thing that that the adolescents, they all get powers from the comet Charlotte. I get that was the most out of pocket explanation of how they got powers. There's a big comet in the sky called Charlotte, hence the name of the anime. That sprays dust everywhere on the planet, and adolescents get like teens, adolescents, they get powers for some reason. Not everyone, but people that are in their young age. And what about talk about? Oh yeah, after that, and there's this thing after the revelation, like that Yuo Tataka has a brother and all of the time traveling thing. Like, dude, I got like, okay, dude, let's just go with it. Just go with it. I It's not that I didn't like it, but I found it interesting. I found it interesting the way that the because it's a short anime, like 13 episodes. How can you tell like a big story? And I read after before watching, I read like online that some people complain about the pacing. It's kind of like this, blah, 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 blah. Like, just enjoy the thing. And what can I say more? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like what can I say more? It's interesting. The plot twist. I don't know if I can call it plot twist, but it's nice. I found it kind of sad that after he discovers that like his brother, the association that protects the kids and all, he goes back in time, and the part where Tomori like saves him, and they go like to the concert, and in the concert he gets like the flashbacks, and like nothing in the new timeline, when he goes back in time, and nothing of that like happened for everyone else, but for him, it happened. And I like to think that it happened. If you're gonna like that, this they happened here, and if you travels here to this timeline, it's like it still happened, and the feelings there. He 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 tells Tomori, né? Olha, eu falando em português. He tells Tomori that Tomori. Why I'm English fine like Japanese name? It's Tomori. Like Tomo when he tells Tomori that She helped him get all through of that, and he really considers her. And and the all the part where you gets the power from his brother. I found it interesting, like having foreign organizations trying to capitalize on the teenagers that have powers. Um, it could develop into a big thing. I'm really sure, like if you took Charlotte's plot, you could develop it in a big thing and tell a bunch of stories. But in the end, this little story in Japan, and all, Yu Otozaka, like in the end, he goes like getting everyone's power. He solves the immediate problem that is a bunch of teenagers getting powers. He goes stealing everyone's power. Ne, I said it, ne again. Um, and that's pretty much it. I didn't got like teary eyed or like emotional in any way during the anime. I really found funny the characters. The characters are really nice, especially that guy that like goes. Uh, he has the power that he just goes, and I really I think that Japanese people really do know how to make comedy. How to blend and mend. Blend and mend are synonyms, like when I say, like blending serious topics, and there's a fucking helicopter, and getting serious topics and I would say comedic timings. Like they're really good, especially on Jun Maeda's work. I'm reading Air. I'm gonna talk about it later, and like I really loved a lot during the anime, and it made impression on my soul. I like to talk about soul because soul, the anima, the Latin word for soul, it's anima, like the thing that makes you act, things make you act, blah, blah, blah. And you kind of shame, well, like already exposed what I thought about the anime. I really liked it. The ecchi, there's a little bit of ecchi, like when Tamori is captured. She's like with her underwear on. I don't want to be like that guy, but having that serious situation, and like it was not the time. Ecchi, I'm not completely against ecchi, but if there's no ecchi, I'm okay. If there's ecchi, like okay. If it's not focused on, I will watch it, of course. Like I'm watching now Ergo Proxy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Ergo Proxy, Ergo Proxy. Like uh, I'm gonna how to say it. It's the word. It's when you have something. Uh, the word for when you have something that you want to show people. Uh, Show off. I want to show off a little. Like, this is just show off, please. Like, it's called like Erugopurokushi. Erugopurokushi. Like, that's how I say it. And like, this is really good. Like, I watched like 10 episodes of it. This is a Charlotte video, but I'm talking about Echo Proxy now. I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna talk about it later in another video. But like in Ergo Proxy, there's some kind of ecchi, with Rilu, like Reed, her name. It's it's Rio, but it's Riru, it's Japanized. Of course, it's Japanized, it's a Japanese show. There's some kind of ecchi, like kind of explicit, not explicit, but sexy, sexual things. I found it out of place, like when she got captured, it was no a serious scene. It was not the place for that. But enough of that already. You maybe got my idea. And that's what I want to talk about. It's a great show. Watch it if you have the time. It's just 13 episodes. The OVA, OVA, I don't know how to say it. OVA. The OVA is nice. It's a girl that can read minds. No, not that she broadcasts other people thoughts. It's a nice OVA. The opening, what made me really like, yeah, have this feeling of going watching it was the opening. I really like the opening. Bravely You, it's an amazing song. The lyrics, not I'm not talking about the lyrics, but the vocals, the instrumental. Uh, I don't know if it's Jun Maeda that composes, but there's really good music in keys. Keys, like the studio is called Keys. Um, and they really make good music. And Bravely You was like I listened and listened and listened to that, and I got like that. I should watch Charlotte, and that there it goes. I watched it. The same thing was with Air. Air, I will talk about it later. Like goodbye. I take like 16 minutes of your time of me talking here of nowhere. Goodbye. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe. Peace.